Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells that we are wandering in this material world from time immemorial, and that's also different species of life. When a living entity finally comes to the human form of life, in the human form there are so many other processes they take, jnana yoga, karma yoga, ashtanga, and very rare out of millions and millions of living entities who have attained perfection even on the path of yoga, you know hardly one takes to devotional service. And in that devotional service also Krishna bhakti, not neither Vishnu bhakti or some other incarnation. Krishna bhakti is so real. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is coming to give this direct the love of God, love to Krishna. This is the most highest. And if we are connected to this family of Lord Chaitanya, then we are very fortunate. This fortune is, it is undescribable, achintay. This is undescribable, simply undescribable. So that is our glory actually. That was possible by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and his representatives, because they picked us up from a very, abominable condition. That is why we are, all our previous families, of course, they are all there, but, whatever samskaras, our parents, our tradition has given us, we are very grateful to them. But our real glory would be being connected with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in our Vedic tradition. That is our real glory. And we are all, family of Krishna. We are all equal. Nobody is higher and lower. Srila Prabhupada explained about spiritual communism. We are equal on the spiritual platform. We are all, Jiveru Sarupai, Krishna Nityadas, as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. We are all on the platform of, Krishna Bhakti. We are eternal servants of Lord Sri Krishna. So that is our real identity. That is all of our introduction altogether. So to begin with, first of all, I want to just make a point. This fourth chapter, the Adi Leela, I have been asked to give a review, a synopsis of it. So in this chapter, the confidential reasons for Lord Chaitanya's appearance are given. Before that also, it is explained how Radha Krishna, the Adilla first chapter, 5th and 6th verse, 2 verses are described in this particular chapter. It is not the only one verse which is described. So because we are doing review, I will start with the 5th verse and it goes up to almost like 118 verses. So that synopsis we will see. And next week, we will see the confidential reasons, actually the confidential reasons for Lord Chaitanya's appearance. That is the 6th verse of the Adi Leela first chapter, which is explained this, which explains about the three confidential reasons for Lord Chaitanya's appearance. So, but briefly, I want to just touch on these 2 verses and then go on with the verses and explanation. If possible, everybody can recite the 5th verse with me. Adi Leela, first chapter, 5th verse. Radha Krishna Pranay Vikritir Aladini Shakti Rasmat Ekatmanavapi Bhavipura Deha Bedam Gatau Tau Chaitanyakyam Prakatamaduna Tadvayam Chaikyam Aptam Radha Bhava Duti Shuvalitam Naumi Krishna Swarupam. So in this verse, 5th verse of the Adi Leela, first chapter, it is explained that the Radha Krishna loving pastimes, the Madhurya Leela, Pranaya Vikriti, Ladini Shakti Rasma, that is loving appearance of Sri Radha Krishna, transcendental manifestations of the Lord's internal pleasure potency, that is Ladini Shakti. Ekatmana vibhupura deha bedam gatavat. Actually, originally it is said that, Radha Krishna, they are both one. One absolute truth. For experiencing the highest pleasure, they become two. That is Radha and Krishna. Again, that Krishna, he has again, he has become one with, Srimati Radharani. Now he has appeared as Chaitanyakyam Prakatamadhuna Twadvayam Chaikyam Aptam. Both of them have Aptam, Chaikyam Aptam. They have, Aikyam. They have come together in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Radha Bhava Dviti Suvilitam Navami Krishna Swarupam. The same form of Krishna, the same Krishna who has appeared in, two, accepting the two aspects of Radharani, that is her mood, her sentiment of devotion or service towards him, and duty, and her complexion, that molten gold complexion he has taken upon himself. In that way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared. Actually, originally the absolute truth or the supreme personality of Godhead is Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As the original. When he wants to enjoy the transcendental pleasure, then he expands himself into two forms, Radharani. Then to give more and more pleasure, the highest pleasure, Radharani, she expands into, unlimited gopis. Then, in the Vaikuntha planet, she expands as Lakshmi Devi. In Ayodhya, she expands as Srimati Radharani. All those, Shakti forms are expansions of Srimati Radharani, because her only goal is to give pleasure to Krishna. So, this is what is the subject matter today, from verse 1 to 118 of, this Adi Leela 4th chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita. So we'll try to go as far as possible verse by verse, and wherever required. So we will start with the first verse, that is a prayer. Every chapter is started with a prayer by, Sri Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami. Sri Chaitanya Prasadena Tadrupasya Vinirnayam Balopi Kurute Shastram Drishva Vrajavilasinah. Sri Chaitanya Prasadena Tadrupasya Vinirnayam Balopi Kurute Shastram Drishva Vrajavilasinah. Just by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even a child, Balopi Kurute Shastram, even a foolish child can fully describe the real nature of Lord Krishna. Drishva Vraja Vilasin, and also he can, describe what the Vraja Vilasa, he is, Vrindavan pastimes, who are very highest. And of course, before beginning this chapter, I want to, of course, explain a bit about the confidential reasons of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. That is 6th verse of the Adi Leela. Sri Radhaya Pranay Mahima Kidrisho Vanayaiva Swadyo Yenadbhuta Madhurima Kidrisho Vamadiya Sokyam Chasya Mad Anubhavataha Kidrisham Veti Loba Tadbhavadya Samajani Sachigarbha Sindho Harindo. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his appearance, confidential reason, 3 main reasons for his appearance. Of course, in the 3rd chapter, we all saw the external reasons for Lord Chaitanya's appearance. So here internal reasons are explained. First one is, he wanted to know the greatness of Radharani's love. That is Pranaya Mahima. The first line it comes, the word Sri Radhayaha Pranaya Mahima. Her greatness of her love. What kind of love she possesses that she becomes so mad just by serving. And how much love she experiences. That is, what is that sweetness? Second is the sweetness. Swadyo enadbhuta madhurima. Madhura means, sweet. Different grades of sweets are there. bumblebee, it goes to a lotus flower, and when it sucks the lotus, sweet, that nectar, madhu, from the lotus, that is the most highest, sweetness. So he wants to experience that sweetness of Radha's love. And he is very wandering. He wanders Krishna, even though he is absolute truth and he is a Trikalajna. As we say, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Rasoham apsu kaunte. Krishna is rasa, or the taste of everything. The sweetness in everything, or the pleasure in everything, comes from Krishna. Even the taste in water. Krishna is the sweetness of everything, taste of everything. Also, Krishna is the enjoyer of all the tastes. As Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita 5th chapter, last verse, that I am the enjoyer of all the sacrifices. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarva loka maheshwara. So he is the enjoyer as well. He himself is a sweetness. He is the enjoyer as well. As we come to know from the Vedas also. Raso Vaisaha. Krishna is a reservoir of all pleasure. Krishna being the reservoir of all pleasure, still, he cannot understand what kind of happiness the gopis are, undergoing just by serving him, by trying to give pleasure to Krishna. What they are experiencing, that is what is he's wondering. So, to understand the happiness the gopis get by serving Krishna, he comes as Srimati Radharani. He comes in her sentiment. That is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So three internal reasons. Three internal reasons that are: one is greatness of Radha's love. Second is her sweetness, that is Madhurima, Ena Adbhuta Madhurima, that a wonderful sweetness she experiences by giving enjoyment to Krishna, and the happiness. The third is Saukyam, the happiness. These three are the internal reasons for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. So anyway, in the first section of this chapter, Adi Leela, fourth chapter, we have the description of, what you call it. First is the fifth verse. The previously we described how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the supreme personality of Godhead. Even he is the origin of Krishna, we can say, Krishna and Radharani. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikriti Ahadini Saktirasma Ekatmano Bhuvipura Deha Vedam Gatautam. Now he has come again as Chaitanyakyam Prakatamadana Tadvayam Chaikyam Aptam. Again he has come as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Means, it is absolute truth. We cannot just define it. He is just, Krishna or Radharani. He is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is like cyclic actually. As we experience the time, it is cyclic. Who is first? Whether it is hen or whether it is the egg. Which one is created first? This question, it is not, easily answerable. Similarly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is the supreme personality of Godhead. Krishna, he is also supreme personality of Godhead. But according to this verse, the fifth verse of the Adi Leela first chapter, he again, one absolute truth divided himself into, two forms, that Radha and Krishna, to relish the pastimes, to relish the pleasure. And again now he has Chaitanyakyam again in the form Chaitanya. Both of them have again, come together. They have become one. So this is tricky. So we are very fortunate that we are actually following Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. So he is the highest truth. Actually, as in the Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj says, Chandak Kalo, in Kali Yuga, the Lord comes in a Channa avatar. But still, we see that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is such an, actually, we avatar of the Lord. He is not avatar, he is avatari, of course. He is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is such a avatari that even though he is a Channa avatar, or the concealed incarnation for Kali Yuga, still what he did, he showed all the incarnations. To Murari Gupta, he showed his form as Lord Ram. To Kulavesha Sridhar, he showed his form as Krishna Balaram. To Ramananda Rai, he showed his form of Radha Krishna. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he showed the form of Shadbhuja Gauranga combined together. Once he assumed the form of Lord Varahadev, in Srivasangan. Like that, Lord Chaitanya showed all his previous, incarnations. So he is avatari. He is avatari Chaitanya. He is not avatar Chaitanya. He is not an incarnation. He is a origin of all the incarnation. As Bhagavatam says, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Similarly, we can say that, Chaitanyastu, he is a supreme person. He is a Swayam Bhagavan. He is the original personality of Godhead. So, here in the beginning of this chapter, after offering prayers, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he tells, जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद. He is saying, now already I have explained the meaning of the fourth verse. Now you hear the fifth vivaran or the explanation of the fifth verse. That is, fifth verse is what we saw, that Lord Chaitanya is the Supreme Personality of God. So Chaturtha Shloka, in Chaturloka, the fourth verse, it is, he has explained that Prema Nama Pracharite Ei Avatar. He has explained that, he has come to give love of Godhead and to give for propagating the holy name of the Lord, which is the Yuga Dharma for Kali Yuga, the chanting of the holy names. But he says, Satye hetu kintu yeho bahirang ara eka hetu shuna che antaranga. Actually, saying truthfully, this is bahiranga. This is a what you call. It is an external reason, but one, antaranga or the internal reason is there. Just that here. So Purve yena prativira bhara harivare Krishna avatirna haila shastra prachare. So in the scripture it is said, as Lord Krishna also says in the Bhagavad Gita, yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujamaham. Like that, whenever there is a decline in the religious principles and increase in the demonic principles, that time I appear as to protect the devotees and to adhere the miscreants, paritrana sadhunam, all those things. Okay, that's fine. But main reason Krishna is appearing is not for that. That is what Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is going to tell now. Swayam Bhagavanera karma nahe Baraharana Sthiti Karta Vishnu Karana Jagata Palana. So actually it is not the duty of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Swayam Bhagavan Lord Krishna, but it is it is a duty of Lord Vishnu, who is the creator, like Mahavishnu, or you take Garbhodaksha Vishnu, from whom Lord Brahma comes. It is their duty. It is not Krishna's duty. So Kintu Krishna Rei Hai Avatar Kal Baraharana Kalatate Haila. So when Lord Krishna's time came for incarnation, when he incarnated, same time this Baraharana means taking away a time of taking away the burden from the world, that also came. So Krishna executed that. But what happens when Krishna incarnates, with him all other incarnations also come. Just like if we have a bill of 500 rupees, in that is the bill of all other there is 10 rupees also there in that, 100 is also there, 200 is also there, 50s are also there. Similarly, when the Supreme Personality of Godhead comes, because He is the origin of all the incarnations, all other incarnations are also with Him, so within Him. So similarly, when Krishna came, all the incarnations were involved in Him. So Narayana, in the form who was involved in Krishna, means he was there in Krishna. That Narayana, he did the service or the leela of destroying the demons or killing all the demons. But Krishna doesn't do that himself. In that way, Vishnu within Krishna, he kills all the demons. But Krishna, why he comes? His main reason for coming, we are discussing here. The Krishna's Goswami is discussing about Lord Krishna, not exactly Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in 15th and 16th verse, he tells, Premarasa Niryasa Karite Aswadan Ragamarga Bhakti Loke Karite Paracharan Rasika Sekara Krishna Parama Karuna Yei Hetu Hate Chara Udgam. Prema Rasa Niryasa Karite Aswadan, to relish the transcendental, loving mellows. And Raga Marge Bhakti Loke Karite Prachara, to give that spontaneous devotional service to the people. So whatever Krishna does, like speaking Bhagavad Gita, or destroying all the demons, so many demons Krishna killed. These are all secondary reasons, or those happen incidentally. They are just incidental, coincidental. That is just Krishna is Rasika Sekara. He is the enjoyer of all rasas. He is the enjoyer of all rasas. And Parama Karuna. So it is not the duty of Krishna to give, kill the demons, but he wants to give, spontaneous devotional service. He thinks that, Aishwarya Jagate, Aishwarya Jnanate Sabha Jagata Mishrit, Aishwarya Shitila Preme Nahi Mora Preet. The love which is weakened by the sense of majesty, that doesn't please me actually. And the whole world is, that is completely, immersed in awe and reverence towards the great personality. I want to speak of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Most of the sampradayas, from whether all four sampradayas except for Gaudiyas, mostly they worship, Krishna or Vishnu with awe and reverence. That is all throughout, even in the Vaikuntha planets, except for Goloka. This spontaneous devotional service, loving devotional service exhibited by the damsels of Vraja, especially Radharani and his companions, and other rasas also in Vrindavan, that is only found in Golok Vrindavan. That is exclusivity, of Golok Vrindavan. This patent it is. It's not even Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha people can't do what Goloka people can do. So what the people do, they Krishna is thinking, Amare Ishvara mane apana kehin tara preme vasyami nahi adin. So they think that, the Lord is, what you call, the Lord is supreme personality of God. हमारे ईश्वर माने अपना के हीन. They think themselves as, very insignificant living entities. Of course, it's not that we are not the insignificant living entities, very fallen. That is truth. But that is on the sadhana level. It is required. Of course, when we go ahead, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada gives that. So. आमार ईश्वर माने अपना केहीन तारा प्रेम वैसा नाही वैसा आमी नाही ही अधीन. I won't become subordinate to them. I cannot be controlled by their love actually. I know Krishna already has told in the Bhagavad Gita, etam am prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamyaham mama vartman vartante manushya partha sarvasya. So Krishna, as he says, those who, as they worship him, so he will reciprocate with the people. So that is there. But actually, that won't, please Krishna much. But somebody, just like in the 21st and 22nd verse, it is Mora Putra Mora Saka Mora Pranapati ए भावे यही मोर करे शुद्ध भक्ति अपन के बड़ा माने हमारे समहीन यही भावे हयामी ताहर अधीन. I am controlled by those, those who think in this manner, Mora Putra. Mora Putra means my son, just like, Yashodamai. In the head slow verses we see Yashodamai. She thinks Krishna to be her, child, and she binds him. She binds him, and the Moraputra, Morapati, like, my husband, or what you call, and then the Gopas are there. What they call, Morasaka. My friend like Subal and Sridhama, all these are there. When they play wrestling with Krishna, Krishna becomes repeated by them. And whenever somebody, some demon comes, they tell Krishna, okay, you get aside. I will take care. I know, I have defeated Krishna. Krishna, I have defeated. What is a big thing? Or Krishna, Madhumagal thinks that the Brahmana, because of my blessings, he was able to kill Kaliya, or because of my blessings, he is able to kill the Aghasura. Like that, they think, and they are so intimately, bound with Krishna in friendship that Krishna doesn't want to hurt that sentiment. Just like when Yashodamai, when all the Gopas, when they complain to Yashodamai that Krishna has eaten dirt, at that time he said, I didn't eat. And then she asked Krishna to open her mouth. When Balram is telling he cannot lie, Krishna says no, he is also lying. He is also involved with my opposite party, all these sakas, and he is also lying. He is also lying. Oh, how come? So then you please open my mouth. Let me check myself. Then when Krishna opens his mouth, Yashodamai sees his whole creation in his mouth, complete 14 planetary systems. And then she sees, in that whole of Vrajbhumi, in that she sees Nand Maharaj palace, in that she sees herself, and she sees Krishna, and herself is, peeping into the mouth of, Lord Krishna. So when she sees that, she is completely, bewildered. She started thinking that, Krishna, maybe he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He has incarnated in my house. When she starts thinking, in of Krishna's majesty, in awe and reverence, that time what happens? Immediately Krishna closes his mouth because he wants that loving reciprocation. Krishna is, in Vaikuntha Lokas, all the planetary systems, except for Goloka in the spiritual world, everywhere, people are respecting him as a supreme personality of Godhead. Out of his Yad bhayat vati vatoyam, yad bhayat tapati, the air, it flows because of the, the wind god is blowing air because of the fear of the Lord. The Yama is doing his, Yamaraj is doing his duty because of the fear of the Lord. The, what do you call, the fire is giving, heat because of the fear of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, fear of Krishna. All these things are going on because just by the desire and fear, out of the sense of duty. But here, Krishna wants something out of this, duty sense. Shuddha Bhakti, that is flawless devotional service. Just love him because for the sake of loving, nothing else. No expectations or no fear. In this, in this world, we have heard, what we usually call in India. Oh, he doesn't have any, bhaya or bhakti. No, there is actually in this world, if you see, there is no bhakti actually. It is all bhaya. Now, out of fear, people actually go to temple or they try to follow dharma or religious principles, their duty, morality, all these things. Out of fear only, whatever they do. If I don't do this, I will be implicated. That is not the criteria at all in Vrindavan, in Braja Bhakti. That is what Krishna wants to, propagate. That is why he comes. He wants to relish that rasa, and he wants to give that, Aishwarya Sitila Prema, spontaneous devotional service, Raganuga Bhakti, spontaneous devotional. That is the main duty. That is the main reason. Two reasons Krishna comes. So here ahead, Krishna is telling. Saka Shuddha Sakya Kare Skandya Arohan Tumi Kona Badaloka Tumi Amasam. Here he is telling about the friends. Krishna's, Gopa friends, what they do? Shuddha Sakya Kare, out of pure affection or pure friendship, what they do? Skandya Arohan, they climb on the shoulders of Krishna and they say, what big Krishna you are, we are all equals, we are all friends, Tumi Amasam. And he says about his, conjugal lovers, that is gopis. Priya yadi manakari kare basnan vedasuti hoite hare sei moramon. Priya yadi, the lover, manakari means, she becomes in a sulking mood. Karaye bastan, she scolds Krishna, or she rebukes Krishna. Vedastuti hoite hare sei moramon. They take away my mind more than Veda Stuti. Veda Stuti means, Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam, like that, all the verses start when Brahmanas do, they do, Yajna, or the Purusha Sukta prayers, the demigods, they go to, whenever they feel threat from the demons, they go to the Kshirodakshayi, Kshirasagar, on the shores of Kshisagar, all the demigods, they go and they offer, Sahasra Shesha Purushaha, like that. They start offering, this Purushukta prayers, and Lord Vishnu hears, and he hears their prayer and then become pleased, he blesses them and he tells, I will come as an incarnation. All those things, more than all those things, Krishna is telling there that when his lovers, they rebuke him, that pleases him more than, Veda Stuti or the glorification of the Vedas. Just like, in the Amodar Leela, that is what happened. Once, when Krishna was born by Mother Yashoda, the the Gopas, they tried to untie him. Even Balram, he came, he tried to untie him, he could not, because Yashoda Mai in Vatsalya Prem, she had bound him. You know, Balram, he goes to Yashoda Mai and tells, why you have bound Krishna? He is the supreme personality of God. Why? You release him. He says. Then she doesn't care. Then he says, do you know, what do you know? Do you know about me? He is the supreme personality of Krishna, and I am his brother. I am Anant Sesh. I am the incarnation of Anant Sesh. If you don't release him, let us see. Like that, he tells Mother Yashoda. And Mother Yashoda says, oh, all the incarnation have to take place in my home only. There is no other place for the incarnations. If you don't go away now, I will bind you also with Krishna. So these things are more pleasing to the devotees as well as the Lord, more than devotees to the Lord. That is what captures the minds of Krishna. That is what makes Krishna subordinate to his devotees, because they don't want anything anything from Krishna. They only, their goal is to give pleasure to Krishna, to protect Krishna, to give pleasure to Krishna, to what you call in all the means, just to give pleasure to Krishna. So ahead it is said, Ye Shuddha Bhaktalaya Karim Avatar Karvya Vida Vida Adbhuta Vichar Vaikunta de Nahi Ye Lila Prachar Sheshe Lila Karibayate Mora Chamatkar. So I will incarnate with such all pure devotees, taking all these pure devotees. Who are that? They are Vraja Bhaktas, Sakhas, the conjugal lovers, and his Vatsalya Bhaktas. Shanta Dasya, no, not much part. No. Okay, Shanta Bhaktas, maybe some trees are there. Prahlad Maharaj doesn't come here in Krishna Lila mostly, because he is a Shanta Bhakta. Okay, he is in the Shanta Rati, Dasya Rati. So these devotees who are such pure devotees, who are completely, just their life and soul is Krishna, with them I will appear and enact such pastimes which are Vaikunta de Nahi Leela Prachar. In Vaikunta also, in Vaikunta also, Vaikunta Vasis Lord Narayan and his associates, they don't know about these pastimes, and we are given entrance into it. So we should be very humble, you should be very humble. It is like a beggar getting becoming a crorepati. It is just an analogy I'm giving. It is uncomparable. It is achintya, the mercy which is bestowed upon us by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Achintya it is. He is opening up the whole treasure of spiritual world, not just the Vaikuntha worlds, the Krishna Loka, love of Godhead. So that is the mercy we are getting. Such pastimes, they are so attractive that attract the Lord. This loving reciprocation of the devotees, they attract the Lord. And he wants to enjoy it in the form of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So ahead it is said, Mo Vishaya Gopi Ganera Upapati Bhave Yoga Maya Karibeka Pana Prabhave. So, this here about the Parakiya Rasa, it is told that they are Upapati Bhave in the Parakiya Rasa. To relish this in this material world, we have to understand, in the spiritual world, there is no sexual attraction. It seems like that. It seems, but there is not exactly, there is no sexual attraction in the spiritual world. That is a pure love. That we should understand. That is the basis of spiritual advancement. Actually, it is said, about the in the end of the Rasa Panchayatya, Sri Sukadev Goswami, he tells that Vikriditam Rajavadubir idam cha Vishnu Shraddhan Vito Anusrunaya Data Varnayetyam Bhaktim Param Bhagavati Pratilabhya Kamam Rudrogamasvapahinoti Achiryena Dhiraham Vikriditam Rajavidhor idam cha Vishnu Shraddhanvito Anusrunaya Ata Varnayetyam. If somebody with faith, Shraddhanvito, Anusrunayad, hears or describes, Varnayadya, what he describes or hears, that is Vikriditam Vrajavadubir, the pastimes or the play of Krishna, Krida, of Krishna with Vrajavadus, that is the gopis of Vrindavan. So what happened? If he hears, somebody hears about the pastimes of Krishna with the gopis, Bhaktim Param Bhagavati, he attains the highest devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Pratilabhya Kamam, and his Hrudrogam Aswa Apahinoti Asirena Diraha. Very quickly, what happens? Hrudrogam, Hrudroga means his lust, the Kama. Pratilabhya Kama Hrudrogam. This Kama Hrudroga is there, the lust, the disease of the heart, that is immediately apohinoti. That what happens? It is immediately vanquished or removed from the heart. So we see the great sages like Sukadeva Goswami, who was a great renunciant. Immediately, first of all, he did not want to come out of the womb of his mother. And immediately after coming out of the womb of his mother, what he did? He immediately started walking towards the forest. His father, Vasudeva, who's a compiler, the writer of all the Vedas, the Bhagavad Purana, himself started, going behind him, calling, please come home, please come home. But Sukadeva Goswami kept on walking, such a renunciant. And it is said about the sense control of Sukadeva Goswami that if a sugar candy was put on his tongue, as long as he doesn't desire to eat it, it would never melt on his tongue. So if we just hear the name of sugar candy, our mouth start watering. But Sukadeva Goswami is such a sense controlled person, such a Goswami he is, Goswami in the real sense. Such persons, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, he never, only once he joked his wife, that he said, sometime, some prasadam was, something happened, and, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what did he joke? He told his mother that, might be your daughter-in-law has eaten it. Maybe some sweet rice was there. Our devotees are very fond of sweet rice, our ISKCON devotees. So, so he said that, maybe your daughter-in-law might have taken it. That is the only joking word he spoke in his, grahastha life, it is said. And as a sannyasi, he was very ideal. Even his female devotees were not allowed to come near him. Even to offer obeisances, they have to offer obeisances from the long distance. Such people, like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the greatest renunciant, and Sukadeva Goswami, the most sense-controlled person, such acharyas, they are glorifying the Rasalila of Krishna. This Vikriditam Vrajavadubhur Idam ta Vishnu, Krishna's pastimes with Vrajavadus, gopis, means how much pure it should be. It is the purest thing. As long as we are in this material world, we are in this material body, it is very difficult for us to conceive. How in the midst of 16,000 wives Krishna lived with utmost sense control, or with the in that night of Ras Leela, how there is no sexual interaction. That is very inconceivable, but as long as we are in this material world, it is very inconceivable for us. We can't understand it. We should only understand it from the scriptures, as it is said. What to speak of, those pastimes, just by hearing them, our lust is purified. Then how much pure those activities must be. That is why Krishna gives so much importance to these activities. He wants to spread that. That is why he comes to attack the living entities by enacting these very wonderful and beautiful pastimes in this material world. So when such spontaneous attraction is there, then what happens? Krishna saying here, Dharmachari rage duhe karaye milon, kabu mile kabu na mile, daivera gotan. So, Dharmachari rage duhe karaye milon. Dharmachari means, this is the highest. This is the highest here. Krishna is telling, just like, in the Bhagavad Gita, in the final message of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna told, Sarva Dharman Paritijya Mamekam Saranam Puja. That is manifested by the Vraja Gopis to the highest degree. To the highest degree. At such a condition, they left their homes in the middle of the night. There was no concept of, what you call nowadays, 25/4 duty, 8 hours night duty. Nobody used to go out of the home, especially women. They never stepped out of the home. Now, what to speak of those who are married, those who are young, all this, it's inconceivable that, once a girl goes out or touched by another man, she is not, accepted back. He has to marry. That is what happened in Mahabharata. Bhishma, he brought Ambika, Ambalika, Amba. So that time they took a vow to kill him. Revenge. So that was a basic concept, not like a modern Kali Yuga. A woman goes for working, or she goes on a tour with other men. Not like that. In such a traditional setup, they gave up everything. That is the highest example of their love. They transgress the Vedic regulations. They transgress the Vedic regulations. As also, what you call, Prabhupada is quoting in the verse from Adilla to 5th chapter to 24th verse by Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami says that Smeram Bangi Tre Prajitam Sasi Vistirna Drustim Vamsi Nestadra Kishalaya Ujvalam Chandrakena Govindakyam Haritanum Itah Kesi Tirtopakante Ma Prekristastavayadi Sake Bandhu Sange Stirangaha. So, the Krishna's pastimes are so attractive, they are so purifying that, if somebody sees Krishna's threefold bending form, then what happens? His, Bandhu Samgesti Rangaha, all his attachment to the material relationship, his, friends and relatives, all his attachments are immediately vanquished and he becomes attracted towards Krishna. Smeram Bangitre Prajitam Sachi Vistirna Drustim. Though who's, like sidelong glances. In Tribhanga form, Krishna is standing where? Vamsi, he is playing on his flute and he is standing on the banks of Yamuna, on the Kesi Ghat. If you are attached to, your friends and worldly relatives, then don't go to Kesi Ghat. What happens if you go there? Go and see the Govinda. Then what happens? Tavayadi Sake, all your attachments will be destroyed. You are only attracted to Krishna. So, this is the power of Krishna's pastimes. To attract the conditioned living entities, Krishna came in this form. So, in this way, Krishna, to Anugraha, to give mercy to the Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Am audible? There is some disturbance in between. Hare Krishna. So,
sorry, Prabhu.
like,
Somebody unmuted the mic. Sorry, Prabhu. Continue.
Okay. So, अनुग्रहाय भक्तानां मानुषं देहमाश्रितः भवेत् तादृशी क्रीडाया श्रुत्वा तत्परो भवेत्. So as it is said here, one who hears, he should become, tatpara. He should become like that. He should become completely absorbed, dedicated to Krishna. He is performing such attractive pastimes, Krishna. So in the next section, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, verse number 39 onwards, he is explaining about, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now, why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared as a devotee? For two reasons he appears. That is, one is, Dui hetu avatari laiya bhaktagon apane aswade prem nama sankirtan. That's two reasons. One is to taste prema. That is the primary reason. And the propagate nama sankirtan. That is secondary reason we have already said. It is like, anusangika or coincidental. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Krishna wanted to relish the prema of, or the pleasure what the gopis experience by giving pleasure to him. Actually they are getting 100 times more pleasure to experience that he is coming. That is the main reason, primary reason, prema. And secondary reason, Nama Sankirtan. Dui hetu avatar. So what he did, he came and Yahi mata bhakta bhava kari angikar apani achari bhakta karila prachar. In this way, of course. Okay, 14th verse I left. Sei dware achandale kirtana sanchare nama prema mala ganti paraila samsare. So Achandale Kirtana Samchari, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and up to the level of Chandala. Not to speak of any other castes. Chandala means outcast, the fifth class. Now outside the institution of Varnashram Dharma. Those who are Brahmanas, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, live there. He's telling, Sei dware Achandale Kirtana Samchare Nama Prema Mala Ganti Parayala Samsara. So he made a garland out of holy name and love of Godhead and put it around the whole world. He put it around the whole universe. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what he did, taking the form of Bhakta Bhava Angikar, he personally, practiced devotional service, practicing itself. He himself, he preached it. He showed it. Prabhupada gives very classic example that how when, somebody when teaches a child, for example, now in a school, A, B, C, D, they can go, they're saying that, A means, you make one arrow or one line, diagonally like this, and make another, diagonal arrow, then, put an horizontal arrow in between. That becomes A. We can say like that. That is what Bhagavad Gita is about. It's Krishna's instructions. People misunderstood it. When he said, Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyajimam namaskaru. Some in India, Prabhupada says there is a famous scholar, Professor Radhakrishnan, who was a Vice President of India, former Vice President of India. He says that, it is not to the Krishna, you have to offer obeisance to somebody within Krishna, something within Krishna, something, they are discriminating within and without, outside and inside Krishna. So such people you offer like that, they are teaching. That is what happened when Krishna, he spoke Bhagavad Gita and he enacted pastimes. What happened is everybody has had their own Bhagavad Gita purport. Just like when you teach child how to write A by just, explaining, not with, going through the exercise of writing on the board. So what happened at that time? All the child will have their own A's, their own different types of A. One diagonal line here, one crooked line there, and one horizontal line here. It is not a word A. So the teacher knows what is A, but still he undergoes the exercise just to teach, how to write A, B, C, D. Similarly, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing here. Apani Achari Bhakti Karila Prachar. That is why he is very magnanimous. He is very magnanimous. When Krishna came, everybody misunderstood him. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even though he is the Swayam Bhagavan, he never claimed himself the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is most humble. He is the most humble. Because in Kali Yuga, what happens is, even a beggar is proud of his penny. Even a beggar is proud of his penny. We all have an experience here. I don't know. In the Middle East and all, you are there, European countries. Maybe there is a traffic is more orderly. People follow the signals and the traffic rules to the most. That is my guess. But here in India, we see, people sometimes come in the one way, and still, if we are going on the proper path in our lane, still what happens? Still the opposite person is coming in a wrong lane or in one way. Still they, think that we should understand. He has some emergency, or we have to move aside. He has to go first. Such rules are there. People are very proud. People are very proud. Even a beggar, is proud. That is why even a beggar is proud of his penny. So Kali Yuga, people, there is more than 100%. You can say that ahankara. This ahankara is there. So if you instruct somebody, they will not take it. If you say, Sarvadharman Parityaja, why I should surrender to you? Our is a democratic country. I can do what I want. I have a right to speak. All those things they will bring in. So that is why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Trunadapi Sunichena, Taroriva Sahishnuna, Amanina Manadina, Kirtaniya Sadahari. Like that, he took that position of more humbler than blade of grass. When actually he exhibited, the symptoms of ecstatic love in Avadhi, when he was, acting as a grahastha, he was chanting the names of the gopis. At that time, a Brahmana, a younger Brahmana, a student came and he said, "What you are doing? Why you are chanting the names of, gopis? You have to chant names of Krishna." He started instructing him. People, we see, often that, they're transgressing the etiquette. So that is why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he took a very humble stance. He took a very humble stance and he preached this about, bhakti. Apani Achari Prabhu Karila Prachar. So bhakti Karila Prachar. Like that, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he himself did acharan and he showed. So in the next section about the glories of Radha's love for Krishna, it is glorified. So here it is said, Dasya Sakya Vatsalyara Ye Shringara Chari Prema Chaturvida Bhaktayasara. All these mellows of four kinds of devotees are they are the receptacles of this four kinds of mellows. This Dasya means servitude, Sakya means friendship, Vatsalya parental affection, and Shringara, that is conjugal love. निज निज भाव सबे श्रेष्ठ करी मने निज भावे करे कृष्ण सुखास्वादने. Each devotee, he thinks that his sentiment or his darsya bhav, whatever you call, that is the greatest. They don't covet for others this thing. They are satisfied, means they are satisfied in their own mellow of devotional service. ततस्तह्य माने विचार यदि करे sabar sahite sringara adhika madhuri. Still, if you think being neutral, if you think here saying, but madhurya prema is the highest. Even though there is nothing higher and lower, Prabhupada writes in the purport that in the transcendental relationship, still, although there is transcendentally, there is a difference between them. So, in that way, it is very sweet. That is why it is called as Madhur Ras. It is very sweet. It is sweeter because the risk factor is involved in this, especially this Parakiya Rasa. In Parakiya Rasa in Vrindavan, the risk factor is involved. Prauda Nirmala Bhava Prema Sarvottam Krishnara Madhurya Rasa Aswadakaran. Pure, mature love for Krishna that surpasses everything else. And Radharani's love is, conjugal relationship is the cause of Krishna's tasting. He becomes also eager to taste that love. That is why taking that mode, Ataiva Sahi Bhava Angikara Kare, Shadi Lena Nijavancha Gauranga Sri Hari. So Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he fulfills his desire, Radharani. So we have to see here that the Prabhupada makes some important points. Expert analysts have decided that the transcendental ecstasy of Parakiya Melo is better because it is more enthusiastic. This phase of conjugal love is found in those who have surrendered to the Lord in intense love. Knowing well that such illicit love with the paramour is not morally approved in society. The risk involved in such love of Godhead make this emotion superior to the relationship which such risk is not involved. The validity of such risk, however, is possible only in the transcendental realm. We should understand that it is a risky factor. We should know that in this material world it is not valid. It is only valid in the transcendental realm. It is only possible in Krishna's pastimes. It is pure. Otherwise, in this world, it is completely impure. It is a risky affair. Actually, what happens usually in the material world, everybody criticizes Krishna. Most of the people, in India, we see moralists, they worship Lord Ram. But when it comes to Krishna, most of them they criticize, thinking that Krishna also had some material affair with the gopis, but it's not material affair. Usually, what happens is, as it is said, what is that verse? Atmavad manyate jagat. What happens is we see the things as we are. We don't see the things as they are. That is a problem with us. Atmavat manyate jagat. We think we are like this means everybody must be like that one. Means I am like this means he is also like that. What do you call? A thief thinks everybody else sees everybody else as thief. Or it is said that a lusty person, he sees form of woman everywhere. Even if sometime a man is going, then he also thinks he may be woman. Like that. I had seen some advertisement or some video somebody had sent on a social media. That somebody is following behind a person who is having a long hair and some bald back without hairs. So then when he turns around, as he's a person, he's a male, he's not a female. Like that, what happens? We don't see the things as they are. We usually see things, as we are. That is why we have to be very careful in dealings with spiritual affairs. That is why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he comes as a devotee to teach everybody. Otherwise, it is very difficult in this world to understand. Krishna's pastimes. To give it a proper understanding, we need to take shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In that way, to fulfill his own desire of releasing, Krishna's pastimes, Krishna himself comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, taking the mood of Srimati Radharani. So here actually the beginning of the from 55th verse onwards, beginning of this, what you call the 5th verse of the Adi Leela. Radha Krishna Prahana Vikritingladini Shakti Rasma Ekatma Navati Gurupura Deha Vedam Gatau Chaitanyakam Prakutamaduna Twadvayam Chaityamahtam Radha Bhavaduti Tvalitam Naumi Krishna Swarupam. Now here onwards he explains, but I am going to go brief very now. So Srimati Radharani sees Radha Krishna, both of them, they are, what? They have two bodies, but Eka Atma. That is what here, Radha Krishna Eka Atma, Dui Dehadari, Annonne Vilase Rasa Aswadana Kare. Thus they enjoy each other tasting the mellows of music. They are actually one body. One body means what? That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One soul but two bodies. One soul but two bodies, that is Radha Krishna. One soul, one body is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Originally Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Only through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu we can understand this. Sei dui eka bhave Chaitanya Gosai rasa swadita doi hela eka thai. See, that is what is described here. For releasing the mellows of conjugal love, they came together as one. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Originally, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he expands himself as Radha Krishna to release that mellow, and then again they have come as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Radhika Hayana Krishna Pranaya Vikar Swarupa Shakti Ladini Namaya Har. So Srimati Radharani is Krishna's, transformation of Krishna's love. She is internal energy called Ladini. So two functions of Ladini Shakti are explained next. That is Ladini Karaya Krishna Anand Aswadan, Ladini Radvara Kare Bhaktara Poshan. So two things she does. That is, one is through Radharani, Krishna Ananda Aswadan. She gives pleasure to Krishna also. By her service. By her service, she gives pleasure to Krishna. Ladini Radvara Kare Bhaktara Poshan. Also, she does poshan of the devotees. Poshan means nourishing the devotees. So, of course, it is by the mercy of Radharani, by her grace, that whatever devotion we have, or whatever mercy of Krishna we get, it all comes through her. She is the via media for bestowing, any devotional service to this world, because she is the devotional service personified. She is devotional service personified. That we have to understand. Srimati Radharani. So, Sachidananda Purna Krishna Raswarup Ekchit Shakti Tare Dharetina Rup. Lord Krishna's body is, we know, Sachidananda form, eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. And his spiritual energy manifests three forms. And that, he has three forms in this Sachidananda form. Anandam Shiladini, Sadam Se Sandini, Chidam Se Samvityare, Jnanakari Mani. So Anandam Se means his pleasure potency, that is Ladini. That is Anandam Se means happiness. Aspect of bliss. Sandini, his aspect of his eternal existence, that Sat. And Samvit, with means knowledge, cognizance potency. So you have all, I think you have discussed in detail, so we'll just go through the verses. So Sandhi Nirasaramsya Shuddha Sattvanam Bhagavan Nirasattaha Yayate Vishna. The essential portion of the Sandhini potency is Shuddha Sattva, Lord Krishna's existence rests upon it. That's the existential potency, that is, Sat, Sandhini. Mata Pita Stanagraha Seyasanar Yesaba Krishnera Shuddha Sattera Vikar. This Sandhini, the existence potency, this manifests all these, transforms into all these, Krishna's mother, father, abode, house, bedding, seats. Of course, Lord Balram also expands all these. That is also existential potency, you can see. So Krishna's existence itself is Vishuddha Sattva. That is explained from Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishnera Bhagavata Jnana Samhite Rasar Brahma Jnanadika Savatara Parivar. So Krishna's this Sat Chit Ananda, Chit, this Chit potency is there, which is transformed, it is called as, also Samvit potency. That is Krishna's Bhagavata Jnana, means his, knowledge about the Krishna's supreme, controller, as supreme personality of Godhead. That is Samvit, that is the essence of all Samvit potency. So Brahma Jnanadika Savatara Parivar, all other knowledge coming, descending from supreme personality of God, then Brahman, then Paramatma, all these things, that is all the part of Samvit potency, that is Chit Shakti. Sat Chit Ananda, Sat Chit protection. Okay. Ladini Rasara Prema Sara Bhav Bhavera Paramakasana Mahabhav. So here it is described about the Mahabhav. So Ladini, that is pleasure potency, its essence is Prem, and essence of Prema is Bhava. Bhava is pure love of Godhead, unalloyed love of Godhead. So, and Bhava, and this Bhava, this emotion, that intense attachment, emotion for Krishna, that is the highest manifestation of that, highest limit of that is Mahabhava. And this Mahabhava is experienced by only 3 persons in this world. Not in this, they are not this world. It is said that after Srimati Radharani, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then there is what you call Madhavendra Puri. These are the only 3 persons who have who can experience this Mahabhava, who have some of course, he is Madhavendra Puri is the incarnation of Kalpavriksha from the spiritual world. He also experienced this Mahabhava. He can only understand. There is no entrance of the 4th person into this realm of Mahabhava. That is completely, these 3 personalities only can understand. Of course, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the origin of it, and Srimati Radharani, and the 3rd person is Sri Madhavendra Puri. Mahabhava Swarupa Sri Radha Tapurani Sarva Guna Kani Krishna Kanta Shiromani. So she is the form, or she is the Swarupa, means the embodiment of Mahabhava Sri Radharani is. There is no what you call, there is no English equivalent for these words Mahabhava and all. We have to just understand it is an intense emotion for Krishna. And Krishna and nothing else. A devotee in this platform, Radharani and the gopis, they know only Krishna and nothing else. They don't care anything. They don't know at all. Krishna, outside Krishna, they don't know anything. That is called as Mahabhava. And she is the result of all the qualities, Sarva Gunakhani and Krishna Kanta Shiromani. And among the concepts of Krishna, she is the highest. She is the crown jewel among them. So, So here it is said, of course, Chandravali and Radharani comparison there. In that also, Mahabhava Swarupaya Gunar Ativariyasi. In all, see, surpasses even Chandravali in all the good qualities. So she is the highest. Krishna Prema Bhavitayara Atindriya Kai Krishna Ninja Shakti Radha Krida Rasa. So Krishna Prema Bhavita, she is her chittendriya kaya, her whole body, and kaya, chitta means mind, her whole existence, rather her existence is steeped in love for Krishna. She is Krishna's, Krishna Nijay Shakti, Radha Kridara Sahai. She helps him in his pastime. So she is completely steeped in Krishna, giving pleasure to Krishna. So she is so much. Krishna takes pleasure in Radharani, that you hear. Krishna Kanta Gana Deki Trivida Prakar Ekalakshmi Gana Pure Mahishigana Prajangana Rupara Kanta Ganasar Sri Radhika Hete Kanta Ganira Vistar. So these all things are expansions of Radharani, Krishna's wives, Lakshmi Gana. Pure means in Dwarka, all the queens of Krishna. All these are expansions of Sri Radharani. And Vrajera Rupa, Vrajangana Rupa means the damsels of Vrindavan, that is Gopis, that is the Kantagana Sar, all the essence of all these concepts of Krishna. Avatari Krishna Yache Kare Avatar Amsini Radha Haite Tina Ganera Vistar. So just like Krishna descends, first he expands himself as Balaram, Swayam Prakash, and then Vaibhava Prakash, then Chaturvyuha, first quadruple, second quadruple, from second quadruple Sankarshana comes the Mahavishnu, from Mahavishnu Garbhodakashai Vishnu, all the incarnation then come from Karanodakshai Vishnu, like that. So similarly from Radharani, all the other Shaktis, all the other concerts of the Lord, they appear. Vaibhava Ganena Tara Anga Vibhuti Bimba Prati Bimba Rupa Mahishiratati. The goddess of fortune are partial manifestations of Sri Radhika. The queens are reflections, are images. So this is Vaibhava, just like we have Vaibhava Pratibimba. Bimba Pratibimba, just like we have Vaibhava Prakash and then Swayam Prakash, like the similar expansions Srimati Radharani has. So in that way, now we come to the transcendental attributes of Srimati Radharani. So she is the highest in giving Krishna pleasure on all the pastimes. So here verse from Brihad Gautamiya Tantra is quoted. It is the Devi Krishnamayi Prokta Radhika Paradevata Sarva Lakshmi Mayi Sarva Kanti Sammohini Para. Devi Krishnamayi Prokta. She is Krishnamayi. Srimati Radharani is Krishnamayi. She is completely counterpart of Lord Krishna, you can say. She is Krishna in the female form. Radhika Paradevata. She is the highest goddess of fortune. Sarva Lakshmi Mayi. She is the embodiment of all Lakshmis. Sarva Kanti Sammohini Para. And she possesses Sarva Kanti. In her, all the splendor exists. So in that, Srimati Radharani's qualities are explained. That she is Devi. All these words are explained in the next verses. Devi kahi do tamana parama sundari kimva Krishna puja kridara vasati nagari. So this means that Devi means she is resplendent and most beautiful, lovely abode of worship and love sports of Krishna. This is the meaning of. Then Krishnamayi. Krishnamayi means so one who is within and without our Lord Krishna. She sees Krishna within and without. She sees Krishna wherever she glances. She is identical with Krishna, for she embodies Prema Rasa. So this is the meaning of Krishnamayi. Devi Krishnamayi. Radhika means her worship, Aradhana truly fulfills Lord Krishna's desires. That is Anayaradito Nunam. That verse we know from Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto. And Radhika Paradevata. She is worshipable by all as supreme goddess. Paradevata. In Devas, Krishna is the most worshipable. Similarly, in goddesses, supreme worshipable is Srimati Radharani. And he is the protectress of all and the mother of the entire universe. So Sarva Lakshmi. Sarva Lakshmi means he is the source of all the Lakshmis. She is fully represents all the six opulences, whatever Krishna possesses, and supreme energy of Krishna. That is Sarva Lakshmi. Sarva Kanti. Next is that is explained in the 92 to 94 verses. She is Sarva Kanti means she is all beautiful, and luster rests in her body, and all Lakshmis derive their beauty from Srimati Radharani. And all of Krishna's desires rest in her and are fulfilled by her. Krishna's all desires are fulfilled by Srimati Radharani. That is the meaning of Sarva Kanti. And Sammohini Para. Krishna enchants the world, but she enchants even Krishna. That is the meaning of Sammohini Para. And next section it is explained about 96 to 100 verses. Radha and Krishna are one. Radha Purna Shakti, Krishna Purna Shakti Man, Dui Vastu Vedanai Shastra Praman. So there is no difference between both. She is Purna Shakti, complete energy, and he is the complete energetic. They are not different. Two examples are given here. That is musk and its scent. They cannot be separated. Also as fire and heat cannot be separated. Similarly, Radha Krishna can never be separated. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They are one, but take one on two forms. They take two forms, but they are one. Just to enjoy pastimes like Rasa Leela. Radha Krishna iche sada eka Ishwar Leela rasa asvadite dhare dhui roop. So they take two forms just to release the Leela. Leela ras. So to promulgate the Prema Bhakti, Krishna appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the mood of Sri Radha and Krishna. So anyway, so we have completed till verse 100 today. Next week, Prabhuji, the subject matter is more. Somehow we went a little slow today in summarizing. Now next is actually Krishna is Rasika Shekhar. That one section is remaining. That I will summarize quickly in next week only because already 11 o'clock. And we will we'll do the next part. If anybody has question, you are welcome. Those who kind of, you are late, you can leave. Those who have time, we can, if Prabhuji allows, we can continue for some more time for little questions. Ramanand Kanai Prabhu, you can take over.
Prabhu Hare Krishna, Dandapram, thank you very much, Prabhu. Thanks for pouring the nectar. Prabhu, I have one question. You mentioned about like Yashodamai's pastime. She was looking at herself in the mouth of Krishna.
Yeah.
My question is, Prabhu, when Krishna, he doesn't want Yashodamai to know that he is Supreme Personality of Godhead, and because you said when she was completely bewildered and she started thinking that maybe Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead and all. In that case, why he did the pastime? What is the need for him to do that pastime and again put her in the Maya? Of course, there is some reason behind that, but it is kind of bit bewildering. He did the pastime, but at the same time, he doesn't want her to know that he is. So, what is the reason, pastime behind this pastime?
So Krishna wants to fulfill, achieve to this thing. Also, he wants to show, from his pastime, he wants to show everybody that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is for Loka Dharma, for all of us in this material world. At the same time, he wants to hide it in front of the Brajavasis. He wants to hide. He never want. Otherwise, again, what it happens, Aishwarya Sitila Prem. It is weakened by the what you call awe and reverence, and that doesn't attract Krishna so much. So Krishna want to relish that intimate this thing. Just like we give the example of judge. There is a magistrate. When he hits his whatever that order he says, everybody becomes silent, and everything falls into order. And if he comes home and if he does the same thing, he may relish it for some time, he can't relish it for a long time, and nobody will hear him also. So like that is the relationship. It is a home. Actually, Krishna's home is Vrindavan. In the material world, it is like an office, or the Vaikuntha Lokas are like office. So Krishna wants to, at the same time, when he comes, to show the people, because people take it lightly. Just if he does Ras Leela, that is why in the Bhagavad Gita he says, Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam, Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo, all this he says, so that we understand. At the same time, he wants to teach what is the highest, highest level, who are the highest devotees, how we can give more pleasure to Krishna. That is for Loka Dharma, for our understanding, for our teaching. He does all these pastimes. But for Vrajavasis, they are all hidden. Even though in front of his friends he kills the demons, then also they don't think him so great, because the Krishna's Leela Shakti covers all that. But for our teaching, for Loka Dharma, for showing that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it is our duty to completely abide by him, surrender to him. He does these pastimes.
Thank you. Perfectly. It's very clear.
So thank you all devotees very much. We'll stop now. I think I didn't see the message here. We went a little over time. So next time exactly 9:30 we'll start, and we'll try to cover more confidential. Actually, we'll start with the confidential reasons for Lord Chaitanya's appearance. That Adi Leela 6, first chapter, 6th verse explanation. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, we covered up to which verse today?
Till 100th verse.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much. So we'll look forward to hear from you next week again.
So whatever nectar, Ramanand Kanaya Prabhu is telling, nectar, you should not, actually I am interrupting the nectar. It is actually Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kaviraj Goswami, the nectar is flowing, but I am like an interceptor in between.
Prabhu, you are the bridge. Whatever he is conveying, is giving, you are passing on to us. So otherwise we are not able to access it.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thanks once again. So we'll see you next week again. We'll have full
Hare Krishna. Dhanavad. Panchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyasya patyanam
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो अनंतकोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो अनंतकोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। हरे कृष्णा।